Allison from Project Motherhood here, and I am, as always, so excited about some real mom talk. But today I have a topic that is really near and dear to my heart. I'm going to discuss 5 things that you should consider before you plan a med-free delivery. And if you can't tell, I absolutely love talking about labor and delivery. I am not an expert, but I don't know, it's one of those things that I feel like it connects us so much as moms. I will seriously go up to strangers and I'm known to sit and have a conversation about this because it just interests me, because no matter how many babies you have, whether you adopt or foster or whatever you do, it's just everybody's road to becoming a mom is so different, and I don't know, I love hearing how everybody got there. So if you guys are new here, thanks for stopping by. I have some really great other Real Mom Talk videos about preparing your body for childbirth and sharing the difference between my midwife and OBGYN birthing experiences. So those are 2 really great resources if you're just looking for somebody who is also sharing their experience about those things and looking for some tips along the way. Now with Brandon and Blake, I had 2 extremely different birthing experiences. With Brandon, I had all of the interventions and epidural, everything. And with Blake, as if you saw the video, you know that I did do a completely med-free delivery with her. And that was my goal the whole time around. I did have a midwife with her, and I was really head set on having this med-free delivery. And it kind of became an obsession of mine. I chit-chatted about it with, again, anybody who would listen, and I would share my birth plan and all of these things, and I became so obsessed with it. But after having the experience, these are my 5 tips for things that you should consider if you are planning a med-free delivery and feeling about it the same way that I was, where you were like, oh my gosh, I am not going to let anything stand in my way, because I was not wishy-washy about it at all. And let's just say things didn't go exactly as I planned. However, I did end up having a med-free delivery. So I will share what happened within the few tips that I'm giving here. So number 1 is, when you are considering a med-free delivery, understand that it is going to hurt, like really effing bad. With Brandon, I really didn't feel contractions at all whatsoever, because I had some in the beginning. We got to the hospital and I basically had my Pitocin or everything, had my water broke, and had my my epidural all within minutes. It all happened really fast. So with Blake, I labored at home almost completely until the end. I felt everything. And yeah, it's one of those things that you really can't ever mentally prepare yourself for. I feel like I've read articles and things on Facebook about how the human body can only withstand so many decibels of pain, and childbirth goes well beyond the pain threshold for a human being for what is natural, even worse than being burned, I think. Don't quote me on it, but I do recall reading that. It is, and I get it. It is something that you really have to dig deep within yourself and push through in order to get that baby out. Number 2 is, I want you all to understand how important it is to have you and your partner both be on the same page. Because I look back and, Chris did everything throughout the whole pregnancy to make sure that he supported, how I wanted the birth to go, and was there right by my side to make sure, that the doctors were going to fulfill my birth plan and what I wanted. And it was amazing to have that. But looking back, I can't imagine, because you know, your partner really does need to be your coach through everything. And I'm so thankful that he was on the same page as me and he was my advocate. But it just goes to show just how important that really is. So you have to make sure that you and your partner are on the same page with this and that they understand how important having this med-free birth is to you. I 100% recommend sitting down with your partner and watching the Business of Being Born series. Chris and I did that. You know, I'm obsessed with the Business of Being Born, but I think that really, it helped getting through to him, having like the facts and all that stuff here, and how helped him kind of understand where I was coming from and why I didn't want to just have an epidural this time. Number 3 is understanding that things might just not go your way. And we know that, you know, is with any type of labor and delivery situation, but you might plan for a med-free delivery and something might happen during your pregnant or during your labor that results in you having to have an epidural, having to have an emergency C-section, all of those things. It doesn't always go as planned, and you can't feel like a failure if it doesn't happen. For me, it didn't go as planned. I was begging for my epidural as soon as I got to the hospital. That's how much pain I was in. However, I was like 9 centimeters dilated, and then I went from, actually I was like 8 centimeters dilated when we got there, and I went from 8 to 10 while I was in triage, and I was ready to push. So I was having that med-free delivery. But that also brings me to point number 4, where you have to make sure that your health and the baby's health is always a priority. If something happens where you do have to have that emergency C-section, or you know, whatever happens, you need to put aside these big goals that you had to fulfill this med-free delivery that you were yearning for, and make sure that you and the baby are safe. That's just hands down so important. And number 5 is that you might deliver with the on-call doctor versus your OBGYN or your midwife. So I know that sort of falls under things not going as planned, but I feel like it's slim that you end up delivering with your doctor at the hospital always. We had, with Brandon, we had the on-call doctor, but he was amazing. We had a great birthing experience. And same with Blake. We had an on-call OBGYN, even though I went to a midwife my entire pregnancy. I had an amazing midwife, and you know, you plan and plan and plan until you turn blue in the face, but it doesn't always happen the way that you want things to go. But looking back, I'm glad that I was able to go through with it. I think, even though I kind of was like begging for my epidural, that's, you know, just goes to show the pain threshold there. But I'm glad that I was able to have the 2 very different birthing experiences. I'm able to give better advice for people who ask me different questions about both of them, having experienced them both. And I can tell you guys right now, Blake just woke up from her nap, and oh, here she comes. Do you want to say hi? Here, I'm talking about, yeah, I'm talking about how I had a med-free delivery with you, and sharing some tips for other moms who might be interested. So, you know, I hope that these tips help you make your decision. You have to do what's best for you, what's best for your partner, what's best for your family, and, you know, assess the situation. Think about, you know, if a med-free delivery is going to be the right path for you. But no matter what you do, just listen to your body and everything will be great. So I hope these tips helped you all, and I'm gonna go deal with this little munchkin who's way beyond the baby years. All right, until next time, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Bye. You say bye? Say bye? No. Bye, guys.